This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie, K1 DBC. All stations please stand by. The DRC Learning Net will start in 5 minutes.
W0TX repeater.
This is K1 DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by while the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Hello and welcome. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Doron. I am net control for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net tonight. This is a directed net for the purpose of connecting amateurs seeking help or advice with Elmers willing to mentor. This net meets every Wednesday, except the third Wednesday of the month, at 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, on W0TX repeaters 145.490, which is linked with 448.625. Both have a negative offset and a tone of 100. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? For recognition by net control, please use your call sign. Everyone is welcome. This is an on-air meeting for amateurs seeking help and Elmers giving their time to mentor. If you have any questions for the Learning Net and don't yet have your license or otherwise wish to contact the net, you may do so via email at drclearningnet@gmail.com. We also have a public mailing list at groups.io under the name of Ham Learning Net. And we also have a YouTube. If you search for W0TX DRC on YouTube, or this page is WEREGR8. This is K1DBC Net Control. We will begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo AA 0 JK.
All right, we had AA0JK. Fred, thank you for checking in. Anyone else who'd like to check in as an Elmer, please do so. With or without traffic, please call now. Also, if you aren't licensed, feel free to check in on YouTube, and I will relay your check-in there. All other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. That'll be the letter after the number in your call sign. Please try to use IT phonetics as you check in and indicate if you have traffic or questions for Elmers as you do. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo 0 Echo Hotel Romeo, Mark in Littleton, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy in Denver, no traffic.
Good evening, Doron. Tom, Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo 0 Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin Lakewood, no traffic.
W0TX repeater.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo Alex Bromfield.
Okay, we'll hold up there for just a moment. Net Control acknowledges and welcomes the following check-ins: K0EHR Mark, KF0 AFQ Troy, K6HJV Tom, K0KPS Kevin, and AF0E Alex. Thank you all for checking in. Okay, we'll go ahead and one more call. If your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Whiskey Delta 6, Delta Oscar Kilo, Rich in Arvada, no traffic.
All right, and that time we had WD6 DOK Rich. Thank you for checking in as well. All right, we'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet. If your suffix begins with the letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, and you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the counter, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to bring up, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, no traffic.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken Broomfield, no traffic.
W0 Fox Charlie, Jerry in Lone Tree, no traffic.
WD0 CIV, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
Okay, Net Control, we'd like to welcome all of the following check-ins. KE0 SUM, Jonathan, K0YES Ken, W0 FFC Jerry, and WD0 CIV Charles. Thank you all for checking in. One more call. If you'd like to check in to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the count, or if you have anything you'd like to bring up, please call now.
November 0, Tango, Romeo, Papa, Jim in Lakewood. No traffic. Good evening.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Wheat Ridge.
All right. That time I'd like to acknowledge and welcome N0TRP Jim and KF0AWC Brian. Last call just at the moment. There'll be a few more other opportunities throughout the net, but last call just at the moment. If you'd like to check in for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please call now. Okay, with that, this is K1DBC Net Control. I didn't see anyone indicate that they had traffic for the net. If I missed that, or if you do have something, I have definitely quite a few things have come up over the last week or so. But if you have anything you want to bring up, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Big news. Just after we had our Wednesday meeting last week on the 19th, the NSF, the National Science Foundation, has actually begun plans for decommissioning of Arecibo Observatory due to safety concerns. So we were just discussing that a second cable had broken, quite a large suspension cable, support cable, and unfortunately, due to that, I mean, the first one was due to Hurricane Maria, I think, and then one more recently, and unfortunately, the battle has been lost. So plenty of articles online. Again, hackaday.com is always a great resource. They had quite a few articles on this, and so yeah, heavy heart with that, but that is the future for Arecibo, unfortunately. Another story over on hackaday.com. Radio Shack has lived quite a few lives, and now they're being reborn as an online first retailer. Not sure what that term specifically means, but they have been purchased by Retail E-Commerce Ventures, REV, giving the troubled company a new lease on life. Downside for folks like us is that there are no immediate plans to return to the iconic electronics retailer to its brick-and-mortar roots. As the name implies, REV specializes in online retail, having previously revamped the internet presence of other bankrupt businesses such as Pier 1 Imports and Dress Barn. So, especially in this time of a lot of businesses declining, it's I guess good to see some things happening, some good things happening here. So at least the brand name will return, and maybe we'll see some roots online. Other more big news, sad news, unfortunately. Universal Radio is shutting down. They are retiring. So they put a note here. Time waits for no one. That includes Barbara and myself. That would be Fred Osterman N8EKU and Barbara Osterman KC8 VWI. Have to decide to retire, and current location Worthington will close November 30th, 2020. The store is closing. They will fulfill all existing customer orders. Their Universal Radio website will be maintained for the foreseeable future to sell the remaining stock publications for select purposes. Unfortunately, the lack of a storefront showroom will preclude us from carrying some manufactured projects. So, they're very fortunate to have been in the radio businesses for over 50 years, 13 at Radio Shack, we were just speaking with them, and 37 at Universal Radio. They've met many, many wonderful people along the way and supported them personally and their company privilege, and they've been in the field of radio since 1969. So Universal-Radio, Fred and Barbara Osterman, unfortunately, are retiring, but it's good news for them. It's different life, new life. I have definitely a few other things, but if anybody has anything so far that you'd like to bring up about what I've spoken about Arecibo, about Radio Shack, about Universal Radio, or anything else you'd like to bring up, please call now.
Question? Now, this N0TRP got a question for Fred. Just my understanding is this on horizontal polarity versus vertical polarity for antennas. As I understand it, 10 meters and below, pretty much like for single sideband transmission, CW doesn't really make any difference between vertically polarized or horizontally polarized antenna. 2 meters and above does make a difference. Receiving and transmitting parties want to have the same polarization. What about 6 meters? Is that the magic band there? Does it make any difference on 6 meters?
AA0JK
No difference. No difference.
Okay, great, thank you. N0TRP, back to net.
Okay, that was a quick and easy answer there. Anything else on that, TRP? I think that was you, or Fred, or anyone else. Go ahead.
No, that answered my question. Yeah, thank you very much. N0TRP.
HR, I have a related question, sort of.
All right, sounds good there, TRP. Yeah, EHR. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, Kaiser EHR. I've been trying to bring up the 6-meter repeater over in Lakewood. And, as some of you probably remember, I've got it's an end-fed random wire antenna, 200 feet at 40 feet up in the air, and I can't seem to get the repeater to recognize me at all. I've got the tone coded in there and the offset and everything, but I just can't get anything to respond. Can somebody A, confirm it is up, and B, if there's any tricks, techniques as far as getting that to work? I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
AA0JK.
Yeah, AA0JK, go ahead.
Yes, last time I was on 6 meters, it was operational, but they have been working on it, so I don't know whether you may have just caught them when they had some work being done, but the repeater is active, and Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock we have a net on the repeater, so you might tune in Sunday morning for the 6-meter net at 10 o'clock. So hope to hear you there. AA0JK.
Great. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate it. I will give it a try, and I'll definitely try to hit that net. Kaiser HR, back to net.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, in the November issue of the roundtable, it just talks about installing a 6-meter receiver. Investigating it, though, so I'm not sure how much work they've been doing, but they're investigating some work there. But yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, and I believe this past Sunday, I think, or it was, yeah, I think this past Sunday that I heard that net, I think 10 a.m., so I think it should be working, yeah. Let me ask you this: it doesn't? I missed what you had said, but if you push to talk on it, does it give you any message back or anything?
Kaiser HR, no, that's negative. It's just like I'm not transmitting at all. Yeah, I don't get any response back from it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Might be able to do some testing. We'll see. Okay. Anyone else on anything we brought up so far? Or anything else you'd like to bring up? Or any other check-ins to the net? Please call now.
AA0JK.
Yeah, AA0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, and that 6-meter repeater, when you key up, you should get a response with the W0TX ID. There's a verbal there. Jerry is on that ID. His voice is on that ID. So if you've got all your settings set up there properly, you should hit it. I am currently using a vertical antenna, so I'm vertically polarized to. I believe they have a vertical there also. So if you're horizontally polarized, I don't know just how much difference that will make. I think it depends upon your location versus the repeater site.
At K0THR. Yeah, I was wondering that too. As I'm definitely horizontally polarized. But yeah, you've tried it all the way up to 100 watts. But anyway, I've still got the settings in my 7300. So when we get off the net, I'll give it a try again. Thanks.
HJV.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, K6HJV. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Tom, K6HJV. Like Fred and a few other guys, I'm on that 6-meter net every Sunday, and I run both a vertical and I also run the Chameleon, which is a long wire. I'm over here basically at 72nd and Wadsworth, and I have no problem hitting the repeater with either antenna, and I only run about 25 watts on the 7300. So I give you some idea where I'm located and how much power I'm using to get the repeater. Back to you, Drone, K6HJV.
All right, sounds good there, HJV. Perfect. Yeah, I'm sure through some testing he'll probably be able to get up on the air, no problem on that. So perfect. Anyone else on 6 meters or anything else? Or again, I guess I'll call just for anything else at the moment, and then I'll do a formal call for check-ins here in just a moment. But anyone else on any other things we brought up so far, or anything else you'd like to bring up? Please call now.
Actually, K0HR, one follow-up question.
W0T.
No problem. Go right ahead.
Thanks, Jerome. I think I know the answer to this question, but just as a sanity check, it is FM on 6 meters, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thanks. Just making sure. K0HR, back to net.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I had a slew of calls there. Perfect. All right, at this time, I will take a formal another check-ins. My name is Daron. My call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. This is I'm Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. It's an on-air meeting for amateurs seeking help and Elmers giving their time to help us. Everyone is welcome to join in. If there's anyone who wishes to check in at this time, please do so with your call sign using I2 phonetics if you can, your name, and state if you have traffic or questions for the net. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Hotel Zulu Alpha, John in South Lakewood. No traffic, just late chicken.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. WB4HZA John, thank you much. Thank you very much for checking in. Again, if you do not have an amateur radio call sign and you'd like to check in, we are over on YouTube, youtube.com/WEREGR8. And you can see the live stream there, and of this net as well as other nets, and you can check in there. But for everyone on the air, I'll make one more call. This is K1DBC. If you'd like to check in for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Any other check-ins or anyone else like to bring up anything for the net? I have plenty of things, and we have plenty of time this evening still. We're just about just under halfway done, but if you like to check in or if you have anything else you'd like to bring up for the net, please call now.
I have a new question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy. I'm just curious where people are doing their, like, used equipment buying. Craigslist, s.t.e.m, Facebook Marketplace, wherever it is. I feel like I found a great deal on Craigslist this weekend and bought it, and I'm just wondering where other people are going. I think the gear is a lot of fun to buy and to sell. Just wondering where people are hanging out. Bye-bye.
Great question. I know we've kind of brought this up a little bit a few weeks ago. Due to all the ham fests and all COVIDs, we haven't been able to meet up and do this. And so normally it would be ham fests, obviously, but unfortunately we can't this year. But eHam is a great site. Yeah, that's a great classifieds online place to do. Maybe eBay, things like that. I have some alerts set up for Craigslist as well. VHF, UHF. You're seeing more and more things on there. There's a lot more kind of general stuff on there, but you're seeing more amateur radio on there. Cool stuff nowadays. So that's pretty cool. Locally, though, it's very hard, I'd imagine, without a ham fest. I'm not too sure where you would do it locally, but yeah, eham.net. And other maybe retailers online. Anyone else on that where you would buy used ham radio equipment, please call now.
AA0JK?
Yeah, AA0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, check out the W0TX webpage and also other local club websites. You'll probably find quite a few items available on those sites for used equipment.
Yeah. Thank you, AA0JK. That's a great idea. I would note. I also would mention the Colorado Repeater Association has a swap list, and man, there's been some good deals up in there. I missed one this last week, but somebody sold a 7300 ICOM 7300 for $650 near new.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call there as well. Yeah, it's a little bit more spread out, but that's a good call. The different Metro Denver and surrounding area ham radio clubs, you can go and they have we have the Trading Post, for example, for sale and for wanted, things like that, and Parker Radio Association, or Pikes Peak, I think, has one, and then the yeah, as you mentioned, the Colorado Repeater Association, W0CRA. Appears to have a swap list as well, so that's another good way you could check for equipment locally. Due to some of this equipment's weight, it's a lot easier not to have to ship it, so that makes it a lot easier. Yeah, so if you're in the if you're ever craving a ham fest, always go online on YouTube and you can search for ham fests in previous years and you can find that just for nostalgia. But if you're ever looking for something locally, just kind of browse some of the different radio clubs around here, and you can actually find some equipment that you're looking for. Yeah.
Follow-up question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess my follow-up question is, aside from buying and selling, what about lending and borrowing. Like, so specifically, I'm thinking about does the club have an antenna analyzer, or do guys in the club have antenna analyzers that they lend out, dummy loads, things like that?
That's a great question. I think you were the second person recently to ask that. I don't know if you were the one that asked that recently, but somebody else was asking for if somebody could lend out a nano VNA or something like that, and it'd be kind of nice. Yeah, maybe on our site we could change that trading post to kind of we can add it like a library for items that people would be willing to lend, because I know I have software defined radios and nano VNA and some equipment that I'm not necessarily using all the time and have no real need for it. It's somewhat collecting dust. So that's a great question. We should bring up to Jerry W0GV and see if we can get some things on our trading post added here of items that we can lend to club members.
W0TX repeater.
A0JK.
So yeah, if you ever need a nano VNA or SDRs, I'm always willing to help out. I'm in Inglewood, and you definitely just let me know. A0JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yes, I have heard in the past that the club does have some equipment that it will loan out. So definitely check with Jerry. We don't loan out dummies, though. Oh, wait a minute, that was dummy loads.
All right, yeah, you can follow up with Jerry Vailhauer, W0GV. His phone number is on our website. We have a club officer's link, and his 303-4670223, and you can email him at many places. You could probably just, if you email W0TX at W0TX.org, he'll get your email as well. Okay, anyone else? Anything you'd like to bring up? Any other further questions? Anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? I can always pass a few more things, but if you have anything you'd like to bring up, any other check-ins, anything you'd like to bring up, please call in.
K0LPR, Lanier and Inglewood.
All right, we had K0LPR, Lanier. Thank you for checking in. If anybody has anything further, any other check-ins, please call now.
K0LPR, I have a comment.
Oh, sorry about that. Absolutely. Go ahead, LPR, Lanier. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say how much I appreciated the immediate help I received when I called in a couple weeks ago when I couldn't get my memories to move from one to another. And that was really cool. I really appreciate that. And another thing, I was wondering if, with this COVID, on our wills, there's a statement, it's called disposition of tangible personal property. Has anybody ever thought that they might want to donate or make write on that list that they want their radio equipment donated to the Denver Radio Club?
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, I was glad we could help you the other day. That was the other net. That was pretty cool that we were able to get that worked out so quickly. I have not heard of that disposition of property that you had mentioned there. Anyone else on that? Or if you want to follow back up on that, Lanier, go ahead.
It's a special form when you have your will done, and you write everything down. Like, I want my pearl necklaces to go to my niece, or I want my F650 GS BMW to go to my nephew. But you have to write all these items down